and we're going to start there, and we're going to review two that you're not going to want to miss, because when I dove through the first one, I went, and I'm jumping on the bandwagon with Kimberly.
Yeah.
So
because it all sounds very healthy for the brain.
Yeah. And that's where I was not when I tried this before. And I did try this. I tried this to be in control of my monkey brain. That I understood that I had a conscience, that was my spirit, and that my spirit was in control of my brain, but not really.
No, not
so
at all.
I learned meditation to just conquer that piece.
Yes.
But wow, when I went through these studies that you shared with me, I'm like, holy smokes, now there's like another dozen reasons why I'm going to do this.
Amen.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. So that's where I wanted to start. And Erin and I are going to dive into the science. She shared this with me. She has the background, and Kimberly Rose is the enthusiastic, wants to start meditation.
Yes.
All right.
I play the same role almost every time. I'm just the one that's going to ask this maybe silly questions, but it's probably what everybody's maybe thinking in the background.
Love it. It's so nurturing and so genuine. It was a great contribution to this, Kimberly. Okay. Hey, how about so in this review that I have in front of me, General Psychiatry, Biological Mechanisms, Study of Meditation and its Application in Mental Disorders. All right. So it starts out with all the things that meditation has an impact on. And I've got about a dozen of them. We're going to go through them briefly, but I think each and every one of them are deserving to be on this list.
Yes.
Modulation, epigenetics, improving telomere regulation. We're going in your direction. So telomeres. What do you know about it?
So telomeres are at the end of your DNA string, strands. And so when you think of a telomere, potato, you think of kind of like shoelaces when they frazzle, right?
Yep.
Or so as we get older, they actually shorten. And so there's enzymes and different scientific stuff that helps to actually either keep them, where they're at, or, and prevent them from shortening and or growing them, which includes nutritional supplements as well. But meditation definitely helps to do that.
So I asked GPT, AI, what that was. Telomeres are protective caps at the end of the chromosome that shorten with each cell division.
Yes.
So it's an aging thing.
Yes.
Right? And the shortened telomeres are associated with cellular aging, various age-related diseases. Some studies suggest that meditation and other mind-body practices may help maintain telomere length. So you're spot on.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. So
it's years of self-study.
I'm pretty sure AI pinged you when I asked it that question.
Oh, you're flattering.
Erin, what's a telomere?
All right. So then we go. And short meditation practices can change brain morphology with higher cortex thickness, gray matter, volume, and density.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, that was impressive. I don't know if we're going to dive into these things because, again, we have a lot of them. But if you want to speak to somebody, you just chime right in.
Well, let me just comment on that one for the most part, because this morning I was rereading it and I thought, man, the organs of our body are amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, our body is absolutely a miracle. And what we're learning about the brain is so very important. And I think it hasn't been recognized as, hey, we need to take care of our brain just as much as we need to take care of our heart, our liver, our kidney, our lungs, everything. And so I'm really passionate about brain health right now. My brother would be happy. He's a neurosurgeon. So maybe he wouldn't be happy.
Well, maybe he's sitting there going, yep, she messed that one up too. How cute. All right, siblings. All right. Do you recognize Sahaja yoga, if I'm even saying that correctly?
There's a lot of different
meditation. I'm sorry. So, I should say that correctly. Sahaja yoga meditation.
Yes.
Okay.
There's lots of different techniques that have been brought over, here to the U.S. and the Western civilization. And so there's a lot of people who have gurus. Me personally, I like to be my own guru. And so but I also think that something like that is a pathway to learn and to really learn yourself with a capital S.
Well, it's interesting. because it had an impact on sensory, mood, and attention regulation in the brain. And which kind of fed to why I jumped into it for the very first time, to be in charge of that crazy animal of mine. Let's see here.
And how are you going to do that?
I was successful, but it left as quickly as I was able to master it. So I stopped for a couple of weeks. It went away and my God. Oh yeah.
That's why they call it a practice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's one of the things you want to always keep your practice up. Because you lose it.
Yeah. This is actually a good time to bring this up because Kim and I are we've been 2 years now at the gym together, and we recognize if we take breaks like we did in COVID, it's gone. How long did it take us to get it back?
Yeah.
Wow. So
a while.
I'm hearing this is similar.
Correct. It's a practice, and I'm not going to say that meditation is easy because we do have monkey mind and we have so much stress and our fight and flight, is always on, honestly, if we're honest with ourselves, which that impacts, meditation helps to reduce that fight or flight, which is great, but it is a practice. You have to make it a priority, just like you put good food into your body, just like you go to the gym, just like you practice good, sleep hygiene. And, Cannafyl is one of those that I am passionate about right now because it's like a pre-workout for meditation for me.
And that's a really good way to put it. And science is agreeing with you 100%.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to stay there one more time. A little longer on this thought process for two reasons. One, because it's smart to do it. But two, I want to make it easier for you to listen to the rest of this clinical study. She is correct. Everybody knows nutrition. Everybody knows fitness. Everybody knows if you do not keep your nutrition up, there is an outcome. Expect it to happen. We're just not looking at that when it comes to mindful practices that help to increase, bolster our neurosystem.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Which has an effect on so many things in the body.
And I will argue that the meditation practice will actually make your day more efficient than anything else.
Oh,
yeah, I would argue that.
You had us.
Yeah, that's great.
A while back. All right, so let's keep going then.
Okay.
Now we have meditation has been found to modulate the expression of inflammatory cytokines. Now, I definitely want to hear Erin's. I'll give you my short one. Cytokines are the triggers for inflammation. And as we age, inflammation becomes more of a problem because there's inflammation in the brain. There's inflammation and organs and musculoskeletal. It's right.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
It's really everywhere. Between the air that we breathe, the stress that we have, even, going to the gym causes some inflammation. Oxidative stress, all that inflammation. And it's the key word that's, going around everywhere. So if we can mitigate that inflammation in our body, hence we can become, healthier, less disease, right? And so I'm extremely passionate. And yes, meditation can definitely help with the regulation of that.
Yes. And again, I am reading from a peer-reviewed article, published article. All right. How about long-term meditation and modulates epigenetics and promotes health-related gene expression?
What?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. But you guys are the experts.
Well,
Advanced mindfulness meditators display changes in histone modifications and chromatin-regulated gene expressions after meditation. All right. So it didn't get any better.
No.
Let's just put it this way.
It's good for you.
Yes.
Both of you, well put.
Yeah.
All right. On to the next. Telomere length, as we had already discussed, is an indicator of cell aging and physiological stress, which gradually shortens during cell division and cell damage. So we already talked about that. It was on the list. I wanted to share it. Give these guys who wrote this article credit. Other studies have demonstrated that the physical and mental techniques of meditation, encompassing Tai Chi, Qigong,
yeah.
Thank you,
You're
and
welcome.
yoga, can significantly alleviate depression and anxiety in patients with major depressive disorder.
This is something that I'm extremely passionate about. If I can just take a moment.
Yes, please.
So there's lots of depression and anxiety in our family, including me. And I'll tell you what, between meditation and exercise and meds, I do believe in if you need the meds to have them. I don't know how, I don't even want to say this, but it's literally saved my life, as I said earlier. And so I'm very passionate about that because, even my daughters, I've taught them meditation, whether they do it or not, they're teenagers, but I'm all about any sort of health for our emotions and our brain and life. I mean, you look at it all the time, see all the violence and mental disorders. I hate that word, but mental disorders are not understood. And so if I can teach meditation and help people with that, amen.
Yeah.
Yes, because the more anxiety you wake up with, it's not going to go away. It's going to stay there. It might even build through the day. I try and tell all my customers, you don't want it to do this up and down. Let's try and bring it down and keep it at a level where it's nice and even. And if meditation helps you bring it down early do you usually practice in the morning?
Yes.
You try and do it
in the morning and in the evening.
Okay.
And if I don't get to the evening, with the morning, at least to settle the brain down.
Settle the brain.
Yeah.
If you wake up with an anxiety-ridden brain, you're going to have a tough day.
Yes. And even breathing techniques throughout the day, which I could go on and on about. But if you get to that point, you can actually just close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths. And that's a bit of a meditation as well.
Yeah.
And I have heard this too.
Mm-hmm.
No, and to your point, both of you, if you think of the body as just a really, really intelligent response mechanism, if you serve this up, it will respond. If you do not, yes, the mental disorders are a potential outcome because it is responding.
Correct.
It's protecting itself one way or the other. It's just you may not like it.
And how much have we seen during the pandemic?
Oh, my goodness,
we're seeing
right?
the results now.
Yes, we are.
Yes.
It is absolutely an issue now.